At 61, I went to my first BTS concert alone, and it gave me permission for Impractical Joy. So just recently, I started my 60s list. It feels like the perfect time for it. This decade is for the experiences I still want to have. And don't get me wrong, I hope to continue my list well into my 70s and 80s. But by then, who knows how much I might slow down. I'll be 62 next month. And for the past 5-6 years, I've gone through many crazy transitions. And I had finally got to a nice, comfortable groove. I feel like I found a great balance of family, work, and my own impractical joy. But with the new baby coming, I do feel like it will be all hands on deck and very busy, not only taking care of the new baby and my daughter, but also a little extra care for Malia. Malia's not even 2, and it's going to be a big adjustment for her to have a little helpless baby that takes up mommy and daddy's attention. So I'm just not sure, and it's kind of stressful not knowing. I've been giving myself permission to have more time for myself and my interests. Am I kind of going backwards? And if I'm being honest, underneath that stress is a feeling I know very well, guilt, the kind I've been carrying around since I was a kid. But we'll talk more about this later. So I decided to add that to the list. We are all waiting for that little baby. How's it going so far?
Really nice and relaxing.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit boring. and we're pretty much ready for her to come now.
I'm trying to squeeze in a lot before she comes because I'm nervous about the unknown. There was this nagging feeling like things were about to really change. Could I show up for everyone who needed me without shrinking to the back again? I think many of us know this feeling, whether it's parenting, taking care of an elder, maybe it's your career or social obligations. Putting ourselves last seems to be the normal thing to do. Last Saturday, I asked my friend Roxy if she would like to learn how to meditate at the Berkeley Zen Center instead of our usual hiking date. And she said yes. So we went to a free class that happens every Saturday morning. Hello, good morning.
We're just getting started. Go ahead and join.
Thank you so much. Hi, how are you? You have to take our shoes off before we can catch the top platform. Okay, got you. Zen is the kind of Buddhism that's more about just sitting still with what's actually happening. No chanting, no mantra, just presence. Which, now that I think about it, it might be the same thing I've been trying to do for years. I immediately sensed that filming was a no-no in the Zendo. And because I couldn't film in there, I'll try my best to kind of describe it to you. It was this one big room with wooden beams on the ceiling and wood floors. There were some platforms, and then there was some cushions on top of the platforms, and then there was also some chairs with some cushions. And then we would face a wall. They told us a little bit of breathing techniques, and that's one way to sort of quiet down. And then that also helps us kind of sort of clear our minds as well. And you wait for the sort of the bell to go off, and they would ring this bell, and then that's when your zazen or your meditation begins. I think the one that really surprised me was that we weren't supposed to close our eyes, and I have done a couple of guided meditations with my friend Raphael and my other friends as well, and we would do it over Zoom. And we would close our eyes. I would close my eyes. And the problem with closing your eyes is it's really easy to fall asleep. And I've done that before. So they have these round cushions, and they're a lot more fluffy, almost like a ball. So, this is not it, but you could even sit like this, kind of like on your knees, and you can prop up a pillow like that, and then you can sit, which actually is pretty good. Or the way I chose to sit was more the Indian style, so the pillow is on the floor, and then here's what the class was like. A lot of explaining, a lot of bowing. There's a way to enter, a way to sit, a way to hold your hands, and they walk you through all of it. They also explain a way to walk and meditate at the same time, which was actually pretty cool. Okay, and then after all of that, the actual meditation, which was about 5 minutes, and that's just for the beginner class. The real meditation or zazen takes probably about 45 minutes long. So just 5 minutes. I drove across town, learned an entire choreography of bowing, and then just sat for 5 minutes. And you know what? 5 minutes was plenty. It definitely felt longer. And how on earth could I sit longer than 5 minutes? My mind was racing and my legs were cramping. When I was at the Zendo, facing my wall, somewhere in that little pocket of quiet, a bell rang, one clear sound, and in the space right after it, I caught my mind red-handed. My mind wasn't in that room at all. It was a month down the road. It had already decided how tired I was going to be. I had already decided Malia's days with me would also mix in with helping with baby, or would I help with cooking or cleaning? That would mean that my plans were the ones that would get cut. How could I work on videos and respond to comments, go to the gym for yoga and hip-hop classes, see my friends at Taiko? My mind had built this whole future like it was already a done deal, and none of it had happened. I was creating all of it. I came there to slow my mind down, and instead I caught it running a whole life that hadn't arrived yet. And let me ask you the same thing. That worry you're carrying right now, how much of it has happened yet? Do you sometimes find yourself worrying about things so far ahead? Or things that are out of your control? Yep, I found myself doing that. And I think I know why my mind does that. When I closed my thrifting business, I thought I was creating a little more breathing room for my family, for this channel, for joy. Now a new baby is coming, and I'm wondering what that breathing room is going to look like. That's really what my 60s list is about. It's not a bucket list, and it's not a deadline. It's my way of making sure my impractical joys actually happen instead of getting pushed aside for the practical stuff, the way they always used to. Writing something down is how I hold myself to it. The concert was the first thing I crossed off. And just so we're clear, I crossed off my first BTS concert, not BTS. I'm definitely not done with them. I'd spent my whole life being careful. Careful with money, careful with joy. And that night, I decided I was done being careful with my impractical joy. That night was exactly the beginning of my 60s list. What would be on your list? Not the shoulds, not all the practical stuff, the impractical things that maybe you push aside. It's so funny because on that meditation cushion, I didn't find any peace. I just found the worry. And then I thought that the 5 minutes felt longer.
Yeah. A beginner goes through.
That's what yeah, and then instead of my mind being like peaceful and empty, it just started having so many different thoughts running through.
A lot of wandering.
Wandering, yeah, that's a good word.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna go eat. We're gonna go try Betty's Ocean View Diner. We're here in Berkeley. We'll see how crowded it is, and maybe we'll get a seat. And here's the funny thing. It wasn't the sitting that helped. It was the rest of the day. Roxy and I had brunch at Betty's Ocean View Diner, and I wasn't planning next month. I was just there. I was present. Then we went to the marina and we were able to paint watercolors together. And it was so relaxing and so much fun. It was funny. Roxy and I just watched the people sailing and trying to windsurf, and it was just a beautiful day. And that wasn't the end of it. That evening, I went to the Obon Festival in Concord with my best friend Denise, and Roxy actually met us there. So 2 of my friends met each other for the first time. we watched San Jose Taiko. They were amazing. And when the Obon dancing started, we ended up dancing in our seats. And I told them both, next year, we're dancing for real. So I'll tell you something. None of my footage from this day is really remarkable. A diner, some paint, a festival at a local Buddhist temple. And I think that might be the most wabi-sabi thing about it, because somewhere in the middle of all that ordinary, selfish fun, the worry I felt in the zendo just disappeared. So now I've been practicing at home with what I've learned, just 5 minutes at a time, which, is just right for me being a beginner. The Zen Center offers a longer sitting and a Dharma talk and tea and cookies after. They even have Zazen over Zoom, which I might try one day. That's where you sit quietly with strangers through a screen. That might sound strange until you remember I sang with 68,000 strangers and called it the best night of my year. Or maybe I'll just keep sitting on my own for a little while. I haven't decided yet. And I'll tell you the truth, the benefits of meditation are still vague to me. I'm not exactly walking around all serene and calm in my head. Meditation hasn't stopped my mind from racing off into worry. That still happens. But now I catch myself doing it, and that alone makes all the difference.
Here I am. How do you do? Mama Pico,
So here's where I landed on this new baby. Malia has grandparents who love her in completely different ways. And together we give her this rich little daily life that no one of us could give her alone. Nobody has to be the whole village. We just each have to be a part of it. My Okinawan and Japanese heritage gave me some of the words for what my 60s list has really been about. Ikigai, your reasons for getting up in the morning. Wabi-Sabi, the idea that something doesn't have to be finished or brand new to be beautiful. This list is where I get to practice both at my own pace. I used to think that slow living meant a quieter, more intentional life. But maybe it also means not speeding up internally every time life changes on the outside. I'm a turtle. Not only do I win the race, I also get to enjoy the view. I keep coming back to that question, does this still belong to who I'm becoming? Not just the stuff in my closet, but how I spend my time and energy. My reason for being was never one role. It includes Malia, this new baby, this channel, watercoloring, and apparently Obon dancing. I'm learning that being present for my family does not require me to disappear from my own life. Which brought me back to this line, be present for the new baby. I think I grew up with a lot of guilt. And yes, a little bit of guilt can be useful. It keeps you thoughtful and it keeps you showing up for people. But too much of it stops being helpful and starts being something else. It eats at your confidence. It makes you doubt whether you're enough instead of just reminding you to be kind. And that's what I think meditation is doing for me. It's not deciding how much help I give my family. It's teaching me to catch the guilt before it makes the decision for me. So my 60s list now says, first BTS concert, check. Try meditation at the Zen Center, check. And the new improve item for this list, be present for the new baby, family, and myself. So here's one to try. Next time you say yes to somebody, can you tell where it's coming from? Love or that old obligated feeling? I'd love to hear what you notice. Here's something else that happened while I was making this episode. When I first sat down to write it out, I was carrying a lot more worry than I am today. The days just kept coming one at a time. And the weird thing is, my worries just kind of solved themselves. I think how this happened is that my worried brain jumps to conclusions, but with time, my rational, realistic brain takes over and makes me see things in a whole new light. Does meditation also help with this process? I don't know. Maybe? I don't know yet whether babysitting Malia 2 days a week turns into something more once the baby's here. I don't know exactly how much my family will need. But I don't want to decide any of that right now. Some things will reveal themselves when it's time. Next time we see each other, maybe we'll find out together what happens to my 60s list, whether it survives or do I need to put it on pause. And earlier I promised I'd ask you again, what's on your list? Something that's calling you even if you're not quite ready to begin? Tell me in the comments. I'd love to hear all about it. If you enjoyed this, I hope you watch other episodes of my 60s list. See the show playlist on the screen. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you find wellness and Ikigai today and every day. See you next time.
Upsy daisy, up, lift up. There you go. Good job.